Hey, good evening, everybody. Let's start here in just a few minutes. Did the stream last week, but I'm going to return to a project we did, I guess, week before that, where we were working on a sort of a mermaid sketch card. It's two cards together. We taped them together, and it's sort of a giveaway to a fan who ordered a card a while back. Let me get situated here. Let's talk about a few things I've been working on. Been a long, long month. October was long, and we're in November now, but it seemed to bleed over for me. Let's see. If I can show a couple things. So just coming out recently, I think I mentioned this last time, I'd worked on some Garbage Chute droid cards, and here's just, if you're not familiar with them, they're sort of a spoof of Garbage Pail and Star Wars droids, and there's a couple of them out. They just released their new Series 3 packs now. Can link some stuff in the description at the video at the end. Just a couple of cards they had that came out, some of the stuff they did. But anyway, I did some sketch cards for them. That's something else. And I've got some more to do as well. But there are a couple of those I did. So here's the blanks for them, just so you can know what they look like. But this is the Series 2, the new blanks just coming out. And I think that in the packs they have some of these as rare inserts for do your own kind of thing. And Adam Marks, the guy who puts it together, he's actually I think taking them, and if they're really good sketches, he reproduces them into reproduce them into a sort of a base card, reproduction sketch card he calls them, which then it's not really a sketch card, but anyway, you get the idea. Yeah. Hey, Bobby B, good to see you out there. Good to see you. But I have a few of these. Actually grabbed a few screenshots of the ones I worked on, so I'm going to show those real quick before I get started. Will be a short one tonight because this one I was looking at before we started, I've already got it lined, and we'll probably do a little more ink on it and then color it, which is probably the best part. And I'm not going to airbrush this one. I'm actually going to maybe go up and do a gradient, I think, and take our time, make it look kind of nice. Let me see here if I can share with you a couple sketch cards I did for this series. No, that's wrong. It's not working right. Well, never mind. It kind of blew up on me. Technical difficulties. Anyway, I'll share those out on Instagram. I was going to share them at a different time, but we'll get started with doing the tattoo sketch. So this is a sort of a reimagination I'm going to do. So our aerial version of a sketch card that was in the 35th anniversary set done by Brett Engstrom. He did a sketch card of these. It was supposed to be a tattoo style kind of card. And this section through here was just bones instead of having the full mermaid body. It was just the bone section. So, which is what you would expect from Garbage Pail Kids, right? But some of this off here. And Island Dreams too, I was going to mention. So I'd worked on this, and I didn't really talk about it or post anything about them, but they do a charity set every year, and they've already come out, and they already sell out within a day or so. They're blank on the front, but they're just island themed vacation kind of cards. Some have different themes. This one was I Need a Vacation, kind of based on the whole pandemic kind of feel. But I'm working on another quick bonus set. They did a sort of a best of set. They went back, and the coordinator had cards from different series over the years, and he just sent some out for us to work on. And these all go to charity. They sponsor several charities. I'd have to put the list up in the description, but there's some for artists, some for policemen. St. Jude's, I think, was one of them. Just a whole plethora of different magicians. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's probably wrong. But anyway, different themes, dark side, some sort of angels and demons set here. I didn't work on several of these. There's the Bomber's Beauties, which was a World War II kind of pinup art style thing they did. This is more, I worked on this one. Island Dreams 2019 was the finale, was the last one, but we're still here. So First one I worked on, Island Dreams 2018, Anything Goes, so more like a piratey kind of theme, and then a few more of these. So I'll try to get these knocked out soon and do some videos on those. I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet, but just a couple of these, and these will go on sale, I think in January or February. But they get sealed up and packed with goodies with them, different collectibles, and then they sell out fast. But they're pretty much a pack of a few base cards and then just all sketch cards. So pretty nice. But anyway, more about that. That's a pretty cool charity, and a good way to get into sketch cards if you haven't really got into any, or haven't gone on with like a major company or something like that, or having difficulty getting on. This is a cool way to at least get your teeth, cutting your teeth. I started these after I got on with Tops, just thought they were really cool, and so many people were doing them. So, hey, thanks for the mermaid. Yeah, I like the mermaid too. It's kind of shaping up to look pretty good. Um, this person who I'm gonna send it to is a they like mermaids. I have a few people like I might make a copy of this one, but a few people I know like mermaids. But let's get going on it. I still got some pencil all over the place, and what I did do is the scales, and I was debating about redoing the scales a little bit, so maybe I'll practice over here on the side. Did not want to have to draw these scales, but you know, it's kind of what the deal is, right? So right. There we go. My 2.5 is working well. I messed it up again when I was drawing last time working on this set I can't talk about. It just will come out later, or early. I worked on this set for Tops, will come out early 2022, so hopefully. But anyway, you look at this, my scales are going kind of the wrong way. They're going up and they should kind of be going down, but see if I can kind of just use it as a guidepost and don't go crazy with it. I can sit here for hours and watch me draw scales on a mermaid. That's awesome. I do appreciate everyone showing up tonight. Just trying to think. Next week we're coming up on Thanksgiving here in the States, so we'll do some turkey themed GPK ones. Or what style art do you do on those? Oh, on the Island Dreams cards. So Bobby B had a question in the chat about what style art do you do on these? So these are a wide variety of different themes, but you can pretty much do whatever you want. There is a loose theme around being an island, and like for example, this was the first one I did. It was, you know, as long as it's kind of islandy theme, you can draw a Marvel character at the beach. You could draw. I drew for this one. I drew Snoopy. I drew Snoopy on a card just on the beach, just messing around. Um, so I do a lot of Peanuts characters, just whatever you want to do. Honestly, I do some Disney stuff. Um, I did more for Bomber Beauties. I did more straight up pin art, like you know, pin art would be or World War II art that's on the side of planes and things. I did some of that, but I kind of did my own take on it. But I tried to make a few of them legitimately the ones that were on planes as well. But also drew some just cartoony ones. So really, any kind of art style you want to do, you can go kind of what the theme is. It can be girls, it can be all girls on the beach, or it can be other things as well. Um, some people draw scantily clad women, some people don't. I don't really. So I draw cartoon characters on them for fun. You know, it's pretty much it. That's what I do. So, but yeah, you'll see any kind of art. I've drawn tropical fish. Tropical fish are fine. I had someone I buy a pack of these myself for the charity, and I got one last time. I should bring it over to share it. It was I can't remember the artist. I wish I could, but she drew a sea turtle, and it was beautiful. It was painted. It was an acrylic painted sea turtle. It was just gorgeous. So, but yeah, these are really awesome. I definitely put the link in the description so you can get to their site. And Bobby, if you're interested, I can try to get you hooked up with Marty, get you some of those cards. I think there's still time to get on that one. Get back to drawing a few scales. You could draw this. You could draw this on this card. Absolutely. I've drawn GPK on there as well. Tropical themed atom bomb. You know, Hawaiian shirt atom bomb. that kind of thing. Well, there's the Aloha Atom too. That I don't know if you guys have seen that one. Came out with the tiki glasses. I think last year. They're pretty nice. Maybe 45 minutes of this. Yeah, that's right, Bobby. Anything with the theme that's even close to it. And I've seen people draw things that were totally off the theme, and it's fine too. Um, the card stock's really good too. It's done by the uh, that's Iconic Biz. It's Karen. Can't think of her name, but she does a lot of the personal sketch card stock for folks. Um, the Midnight cards and the 80s cards I've drawn on before, those are made at the same stuff. They're high end stock, so they're good stuff. Now, not all those may be. I didn't really take a look at them because they're from older sets, but they seem to be decent at least. Try to slow down on these a little bit. Yeah, we get past this part, we'll go fast. I promise. This is the sucky part, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. And GPK news stuff. I saw that like everyone's collecting those kind of things. Saw that the set was delayed until December 16th. It looks like. So I wasn't surprised by that. I talked to David Gris before um, one-on-one, and he'd said that he hadn't received his autograph card yet to sign. So that didn't shock me. Having a lot of production delays in the factory. I've had a set I'm working on as well delayed, so it's pushed back to early next year. So it means the Chrome series will be delayed probably too. Or maybe we'll get some more time to work on the sets again. I think this last set we got the most time we ever got. I don't know how many months it was, but I mean, since I've been doing GPK, we've never had that much time for the codification. I think it was several months time to work on them. So now, if people who procrastinate, man, I've been last minute, but I got a little more time this time. I could have done better on my timing, but it was okay. It helped me out because I was in the middle of a move. So, oh, look, we're almost done. Um, Looking forward to some more cards in 2022. I have a set lined up with another company to work on in January, or do in January. I honestly could use a break. I'm ready for the holidays. I'm ready for a little time off. But right before the end of the year, it gets busy. So, okay. I can kind of live with that. Might be a few spots I don't like, but I can correct them as I go back or fix them later maybe as I color and decide I don't like something. Yeah, thinking that. All right. The hair a little bit. How much I want to put a little one in the hair. I think I was going to change the hair color a little bit. So the original hair color of this card is more like a brown or black with a little bit of shimmer here. I'm going to put red in there. I'm going to do like a Little Mermaid spoof kind of thing. Sort of. If Kristen's watching, hopefully you'll like this one. You'll like this version of Little Mermaid. I know you might be more used to my other one. One of them was Black Point or something like that. Bobby's saying, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're getting GPK before Christmas. I think you're right over in the UK. You won't. Yeah, oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. I didn't pre-order any of this set. I usually get a box. Oh, he did always the last minute. Left it to the last minute. Yeah. Yeah. I still have all my returns ready. Like I have not. I haven't done my return cards for that series. I was gonna wait. Um, they just said send in scans for approvals, so I just waited, until I get ready to do them. I did have someone try to buy some blanks off me, so I said no to that. But I have enough going on. I have some ideas of what I want to do. I think I might take fewer commissions on those and do some stuff I want to do and just try to push those out. The bubbles, I'm gonna do them in. I think I'm gonna do them in a blue liner instead. So yeah, I'm gonna do these. Yeah, a dark blue. And a lot of people had sold those return cards away, and they couldn't release them yet, or they weren't supposed to release them yet. And some collectors were mad about that, but hey, that's the way it goes. Top says we can't release them. We can't release them. That's at least that's what the contract says, at least. But yeah, I've got a few of mine reserved to work on. I just don't have. They haven't chosen what they want to have, what subjects they want. All right, let's get some of this graphite off of here. Let's see. Plenty of graphite on there to blow my markers up. Oh, I'm going to complain about Copic for a minute. So Copic markers are pretty nice, like the quality of them. I've always enjoyed them for several years. And one of the beauties of them is you can refill them, of course. I think I've even refilled one on camera last time I had my grays were killing me. And here's my flesh tone colors I use, which is almost out. They used to come in these larger containers. I think they were, well, I can't remember the exact size and read that on there. Some of it's in Japanese, but I don't see the numbers on it. Anyway, I'll let you see a visual change. So here's the newer one. This has been out for at least a year. This is the newer refills, and they're approximately, technically half the size of these. I think these might be just under half the size of the ink content. They look taller, of course, and they have a different refill ink tip in there, but for whatever reason, they started selling us less ink for the same price. So these are the same price as this one used to be. And this, I've been trying to buy these the various ink refills for stuff, but they're drying up. I mean, there's very few of them left now. But yeah, they have these now. These are the same price but less ink. Thanks. But supposed to be a nicer, more portable method for travel and refilling on the go. That's the way. I think that's how it's sold. Is it's more portable, like a marker, so you don't have to carry these ink things around here, which I don't carry these around, so I understand that. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. If anyone's ever seen these or had the joy of buying these instead of the old ones. There you go. I just bought my first one because I was almost out of this. This is E00, and I didn't use a lot of this last series because it's usually a base coat I use for these skin tones, but I've gotten where I'm moving to a different, like E01 if I can get away with it, that kind of stuff. I actually just run out of ink. These markers burn up so quick. This one does for me. I don't know why it just goes out so quick. And this one's just a little bit left. And the tips too. I've got tons of these to replace. So after I do a set or a few, I've got to do a whole maintenance thing on all the markers. Some of my markers are 4 or 5 years old, so they're getting up there, and they've been refilled and tips been replaced, and yeah. Others are fine. You can just buy a new one too. Bobby, you can use the Copics. Yeah, what a joke. Yeah, I know. Do you refill the markers? Do you bother with refilling and do the tips and all that? The nibs or the nibs? Yep, I got it over here. Yeah, so here's the super brushes. Lots of them, but yeah, here's a pack of super brushes. And then the chisels, I've got some of those somewhere, but I don't use chisels a whole lot. Yeah, the super brushes are expensive too, but they are really nice. They are nice. So, and I've been successful with several of them. We even got a custom one here. I've got this is an empty one that I used a custom color in. I used a custom red, and it was a Spectrum Noir color I liked that I wanted for something. I think I was using it to make some piece of art, and I wanted it more than just a bullet tip. It had a bullet tip and a chisel. I wanted the Copic brush, so I went ahead and filled a Copic empty one with Spectrum Noir C3 red. For some reason I remember that. That's crazy. So like a Crimson 8 or something, but that's good. I can airbrush out of this too, so that's nice. So you can mix your own custom ink colors and all that. I don't do all that. It would be kind of crazy. It's hard enough to get the ink as it is. Yeah, I agree. They are a joke, Bobby. I hate those refills. Those new refills are just. They stopped making a few things I used to. I used to use these multi-liners here, which there's no reason to have to use them or buy these. These work just fine. These multi-liners I have, they're great. And so are the microns. These were good too. These microns are great. But these were Copics here I used to have, and the multi-liners here, they stopped making them. So that means they stopped making these replacements, which is kind of the whole point of having it. So, because of the postage. Now I do know they have some of the art shops, depending where you're at in the UK. I know, um, Mike McHugh. He buys them in a shop local to him, and I know he's bought the Chow ones. So he's bought these at in packs and boxes, and we traded some of these. We did some sharing between us at one point, and traded some back and forth. But when we first got started, but yeah, I know these are a little cheaper, and you can't airbrush with them, but well, sort of. But you're right. It's probably cheaper to replace them. And in fact, half the time when I get frustrated, I do that. In fact, I got frustrated with my cool grays, and I bought a whole new one. I bought a whole nother pack of them and just bought them. I was able to fix most of them, but I want a whole new set. And I built my set manually, a few at a time. All right, I think we got enough erasing going on. Do some skin tones. Let's see. Start my E01. Haven't checked out Bobby B's video, you should see his Inktober video. He's got a great one out there, recapping all his cards he did over Inktober, and I have a video I was putting together with a compilation of all mine time lapse, but it turned out to be so long, um, it just didn't work out. So I'm gonna do something with that. But some of the footage is really good. Some of it's whatever. I've again been behind on doing videos for so long. Let's see if I can find decent here. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. I wish it was in a different month, or I wish the work I was in a different month. But I think next year too, I'm going to plan to do there's an Inktober 52 where they do a drawing prompt per week, every 52 weeks. So I'll have to check that out. I'm just throwing a little base coat down on this. It's nothing super important. I just like doing it. Helps me get thinking about the skin tones a little bit more. Now the original is she's got a little darker tan than this one. This is going to be more Ariel, so I'm going to keep her fairly pale. Still do some highlights on her, but fairly pale. Spot right there. Not sure what that is, but I want to use this sandpaper style eraser. Eat that off the paper there. Yeah, honestly, I'm fortunate to have a few art shops near me. Well, my old work, where I used to be in the office every day, had a great art shop near me, and I do have just normal craft stores around me that do carry some Copics, basic Copics if I need a quick replacement. But you know, I think last time my wife sent her out, she was out, but she got me a Y13 I needed because it was. I think I have two of them. One's dead, one's not. I need to sort through all my markers and check them all out. But this one, see, even the tips, I mean, I don't know how you treat them, but if this one, you can see the tips getting nasty, but generally that's all right, unless it still produces ink on the stock. All right, so let's move up to, and jump into this E93 for a while. It's Tea Rose color. I'm going to wait on that for a minute. E001, or E01, and then E02, and E02. That's even darker. It's darker than even. I think very, very similar. Yeah, maybe lightly use that. I'm going to shade a little bit with the E01. I don't want to go too much on it. Not sure yet. I might just build it up a little differently. Kind of make the light come from this direction. Yeah, Bobby, your videos were great. And something too, I don't know if you ever check out the videos too. Underrated was the figurine videos you make were incredible. Those figurines, all kinds of GPK, different. I guess they're clay. They're clay painted GPK figurines. They're sculptures. Incredible artwork. I have a whole bunch of that stuff sitting around here I've never even messed with. I plan on getting involved with that with some stuff, but project that never happened. I'm digging that. It's not dark enough, but let's go darker. Let's go a little darker. I'm not sure how well that shows up in the camera, but it's okay if it doesn't. I'm also still waiting on my better internet, so I would stream more if I had better internet. I think I mentioned before, if I haven't, but I'll let you know now. I tethered this to a 4G phone to do these, and I should have Starlink internet soon. If you've ever heard of that, it's Elon Musk's satellite-based internet. And why do I live in the middle of nowhere? Not exactly. I'm just a few feet away from getting cable service. I can't quite get cable internet where I'm at. Just 30 feet away from the service pole. So it's kind of maddening. I do have DSL and it's pretty good, but it's not good for streaming. Good for everything else, but not streaming. Blend that some. I like this one, blending. Yeah, it's kind of bent like that. I don't want that, but we'll make it work. With those little circular motions, it should kind of blend the ink into each other. We can get a little more though. I'm kind of going slow on this one. I want to kind of work my way up on the shading. I'm not positive what I want it to look like yet. So just keep taking your time. Want this to be a little dark region right here. Now, I'll be honest with you, Britt drew this, so I don't really know, and I tried to keep really close to what he did. I'm not sure how these shells stay on there. There's no straps, but hey, it's whatever. Kind of, the light's coming this way down. He's still got some shading right here. Yeah. For reference garbage bucket, you have to be careful too. There are mistakes in them, so you don't want to always reproduce the mistakes unless you intend to on purpose. There might be one there in this one. That's all right. I'm just going to put these here for now. I'm going to probably come back with red and fix the cheeks. Yeah, you're right. I probably will find some time for him next year. Everything ready to do it. Just didn't do it. I hate this one. It's different. Clearly, I've been blending these over darker colors a lot, so get the face. And the eyelids, I was going to give her some shadow on the eyelids. On the original, it's kind of a pale looking purple. I'm trying to remember what it would look like on Ariel. Might need to go look that up real quick. Let's see. Let's see if I can check that. Let's take a quick search on Ariel and see. I think a purple would be fine. Is it purple or light green? I can't remember. Or I just don't know. Quick look up here at Little Mermaid. Give me just a second. Just want to double check if I can find there's a color reference for her. I don't think there are. Oh, no, they're just kind of flesh toned. Huh. Okay. All right. I think we'll do a purple. We'll do a light purple. We'll do what we originally Brett had on there, sort of. Too dark. Might save that for a minute. Oops. That might be okay. Yeah, something I noticed too, and I may have mentioned it again in these videos again. I might say it again, but out of some of them, Bobby, I don't know if you have this problem, but if they're sort of, I'll call it overjuiced, not just over refilled, but like from the factory they come where they're you start using them, and some of the blacks like this, and they start to swell up, and they'll drop extra ink, and they'll ruin a drawing. A tip I always had for I kind of just learned this, and it works almost always. Is I just take both ends off. I used to do it a lot, especially if one I don't trust or don't know a lot about. These are older ones, and I kind of know how they behave. But I'm also always watching right here to see if they're going to sort of swell up with ink, and they're about to drop. You can pull to the side, and you can also do that and sort of see if they just permeate and absorb all the paper. But like this one's not going to do that. It's drier and older. But I definitely have had some that do that, and taking the ends off sort of equalizes the pressure in a little bit. I feel like at least ink evaporate on that end, but that seems to really help. There's reasons behind that, I guess, but I've heard people who also have this problem after they fly, after they're on an airplane. It pressurizes weird with markers or something. They claim. I don't know if it's true because I've never flown with my markers, but anyway, I definitely experienced that, and in the early days, that was terrifying to have happen because it would always be near something critical you didn't want to break. So it was a V12 pale black, or something a little one step up. There's a 15. Let's see, Malo. Okay. So the no-no is doing what I'm doing right now. Is always leaving that on, but I again, I'm more used to my markers. If it was one I don't use very often, I would probably pull the tip off. And I had that trouble with some of my higher end, like Cool 9. Like I don't use Cool 9 much at all, and it's behaving. But like that's one I don't use a lot, so I would probably be more cautious with it. More of the story is I'm paranoid about my markers and stuff like so. In her eyes, I want to change something about her eyes here. So I'm gonna give her some. The original technically does not have they have pupils, but they don't have the iris. I don't see an iris on them. So I'm gonna fix that. I really like how clumpy that got. Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna give her blue eyes. Let's see. Boots well. See if that works. The shells were purple for Ariel as well, sort of a purplish color. That. I'm going to shoot kind of a different shade of purple though. Let's start with this light purple. It looks very similar, I know. It's V22. Go to V25. Get those crevices of the shell there. Pop a little bit more. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think lightly dabbing the tip helps too to keep that ink bleeding issue under control as well. I do both now, but it's always a good thing. That's why all my drawings near the end of a set, all these pads are just full of ink because I'm always pre-testing the nibs and check on the color. Yeah, I like that. Good little. And the game's gonna be just little gradients tonight. All right. Let's look at the hair here. So, sort of a light red, orangey look. We want to try. So that is a lighter red I use. So that's a R14 light rouge. And I'll look at this as a Chinese orange. It's a yellow red 09. I like this color a lot. If I can kind of play them together and see what they look like. I think this one's a little dark to start with, so I don't like really going too orangey on red hair to start off with. So I want to. Ariel has a pretty distinct red hair to her, not really orange hair. And this one goes down really light, so it looks orangey if you do it right. I feel this one running out a little bit, but the more it squeaks, you can tell. But I refilled this one a little bit last time I worked on some cards last week. So again, old markers. One like this one, it says a lighter red. I have to kind of go over it a lot to get a good feel in there. I do sometimes like when they're about to run out and they get older and they almost come out and kind of gummy. Might even pull one up. I've used that to my advantage when I want a particular texture on a character. I was drawing Marvel's Venom recently, and I had a card that I was able to use a darker gray color to sort of give it shimmery, kind of gooey look in certain areas. And the marker was going out. It was going bad, but I used that to my advantage. It had a kind of a nice effect. Sometimes it's a bad thing, but in some cases it can be a good thing. All right. This one you can just tell it's almost very weak. If you let it rest for a while down, it'll come out, but I've also got some ink right here. In a hurry, I'll just put a little bit on this nib here, and it'll absorb it in a little bit, and that'll get me going just for tonight. It won't be enough to keep me going forever, but it'll get me through this one. So you'll see that's much different right there. Okay. Or buy a new marker, right? That's probably the best thing to do. If I get them on sale, usually I can get on a sale price on them. That's good. Retail in the States for these, in the United States, is about $8 for a marker for these. But I have rarely paid that. I think the smaller baby version, the little brother, is about $6 or something, close to that. Maybe 5. I can't recall. I've never bought too many of those. I got them in sets or traded for them, that kind of thing. But, yeah. That's coming out a lot better. I like that's more consistent. I could have worked with what was there, but I want it to look more solid. All right. This side. Oh, let's do the lips. So darker red on the lips. Oh, and probably some shading on the hair too. Some of that. That might be a little much. Let's see. It's this kind of undefined line here. Probably should have put a line in there. I'll think about changing that later. Not sure. You might have to go darker. let's see. Let's go a little darker on the red. This is a strong red R46. Let's see what that looks like. Comparison. It's really dark though. That might be too much. Let's dial back to the. It's also a different family. Yeah, let's go to the 17. So this is a R17. I don't think I have anything really in the middle. Oh, 24 here. Let's try the 24. Also low. Not doing it for me. It's barely different. All right. And grab something lighter here. That'll work. R1. That'll be fun. I'm gonna use this to lighten this area right here up a little bit. Blend the ink away and pull it away. Give me sort of that lighting effect I might want here. Let's see. And there's a spot right here that's also light, so I want to see how much is bleeding through. Not bad. Let me hit that back here a little bit more. Oh, wrong color. Put that away. Nope. Let's see. 17. Here's a 17. Backside there. And this is a real marker that's about to go too, so I can give it like a little bit of line. So you can't probably see it in the camera, but it's giving me like a little bit of nice lines, brush mark into that hair so it looks more natural. Yeah, I like that. All right. I'll live with that for now. I'm going to stop messing with the hair for now. No, I'm not. The same thing over here. And down over here, there's some of that, but I'm going to leave that like that. Like that. It's pretty good without using a pencil. I could go in there and use a pencil and probably improve that. But right now, let's get to lipstick. Pretty red for. I want to shimmer a little bit. I think we can probably use the same colors. I think this marker's going out a little bit. Also, I can just come back with white pen or something. Gel pen. I don't like little, tiny little white spots around there. Let's use a multi-liner on it. All those pesky little spots. Okay. Darker than I planned, but this doesn't look terrible. And let's see. Let's just see here. Let's see the gel pen here. Okay. At least right there. Not bad. Not bad. Live with that. Well, here. All right, let's do this part. Look at this fin if I want to do anything different with it. I guess it'll work. I just want to line it a little stronger, maybe. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but it's all right. I think it's kind of on an angle. Next stream, if I can get the setup right, I'm going to stream to YouTube, Facebook, and hopefully Instagram as well. I have all that. I have a restream set up for that, but I haven't tested it yet. And mainly just because I know a lot more people are on Facebook that know I do this, and Instagram as well, even more so. So it's you know, I think it's always weird to me asking people to join on one platform when I'm advertising on another. Just pop a little bit more. I think it'll look okay in the end. Going slow and pressing harder because I want to get a more bold line out of this marker, which I should be using a larger marker for probably, but it's all right. Go real easy with these. I don't want to go inside the line at all. Actually pretty happy with these, but would help to line them a little bit more. Okay. I want a little more through here. There's more red on that. Let's go with a lighter red. Very good. Touch that up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's get to this fin area. Let's see, greens. I seem to always gravitate back to this yellow-green 06, yellowish green. But maybe not, maybe not. Let's see, our touchscreen here I like, which is technically black light. I might use that, I like that too. I think I'll start with this, and then I'll accent with a darker green. That's what I'll do. Or even maybe work in some blue-green in there, and then the tail might do a little different too. So just put a base coat of this on there. I want this to semi-overlap with the skin a little bit. Just a little. Talking about refills and markers, this is a competitor for them. This Touch brand is also refillable and replaceable and all that. And they are a little cheaper, but the nibs, the tips are more expensive, I found. At least when I looked in at that time when I was trying to price them. So it was again cheaper just to buy buy replacement. Actually, it was cheaper to buy the set. I bought a set of 8 different colors. Also wanted to just try them out too. But these are refillable, but hard to get the ink, harder to get the nibs. So there's that. I guess I'll do a different layered color inside the fin there. I'll do the fin a different color. Let's make that kind of a paler green of some sort. Let's see. Sea green. Huh. G12. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe. It's a maybe. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, green 11. Not really want to pronounce what that says. Weird. That's pretty close to what that. It's just a little bit lighter shade, so I'm gonna go try it. I'll try that. It may not be enough. It may be too light. I might use them both together. How about that? Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's for blending in. You can't really tell. All right, I think that'll be all right. I'm not doing this technique I used on one before, but something like a little darker than that. I know where I want to go, but it might be too dark. Let's see. Let's try one of these two actually. That's way too dark. Might be appropriate. Let's see. Let's try this. Is a green 14. You know, it's pretty close to the same. It's a little lighter than that actually. And then that's the next step up from 6. Do I have a 7? Yellow green 7. I have a 17. I just don't know. Let's try the apple green. Let's try that. Try to get in between the scales a little bit. Or you could just dot it like that. It might be all right. Yeah, I think that's enough. That's enough saturation on that. A little darker inside here. We could go on the edge of this. It might look better. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, and backgrounds. So I said I wasn't going to airbrush this one, and I'm not going to. Let's do some blue kind of watery look to it. And just work our way up. So I could spray it with some different colors too, but I think I really do want to start down here with the color and don't know. If you're out in the chat, what do you think? Airbrush or gradient, where we would just go different colors, blue, 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 and kind of blend them up. Let's see. Red. Got brand new blue kit here, so I've got blue 01, 4, and 6 ready to go. So I think what I'll do is go from dark to light. Try to work around these. I shouldn't have put them on yet. I did send another drawing, but it's okay. It'll work out. Just 10. We're about an hour into it. Make sure you get a nice even coat. I could just go over these and paint them in later, but I just, I don't know, it doesn't bother me. Go around them. switch over to my blue 04 in a minute, or B04. Get a little bit more of this in there. And these are the colors in the blue fusion kit from Copic. So I actually bought that recently again because I needed some new markers and that was a cheaper way to do it. So yeah, two of them are going out, another problem, so just cheaper to get new ones. All right, let's move on to the blending into the this blue. Yep, already hit one of the things. Not tremendously different right start. We'll see. If it's not, I'll darken the bottom a little bit too. I'll darken that B06 to something else. Actually, does have a nice look to it though. I like that. Try to go deep in there and blend around the ink a little bit. Even if you do color over these, leaving a little bit of white can help with the pens if you want to go in there later and add some white back in there. It's sure a lot easier just to leave even a little bit. Again, it would be smarter to go back in after and do them, but it's all right. This is a solid plan on this one. Not looking bad. All right, let's try going to our final color here, which is mint blue, B01. And try to get some blending right here in some of these tight spots and make it look a little bit better. Yeah, like it looks a little bit more of a challenging drawing if you get in some tight spots and do some cool stuff like that. Not hard at all. All right. Look at that. See where I might want to blend a little bit more, add a little bit more. Use this light. You can use the lightest one in the shade too to blend other areas if you don't like certain things. But I'm gonna leave that alone a little bit. U6, and this one seemed a little more dry than I thought it was, but it's all right. Yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see if we can. Let me take a look here. What do we got? Don't really have a fluorescent blue, do I? I think I do. Yeah. The blues right here. Yeah. Not my favorite though. It doesn't pop as much. I'm pretty sure it doesn't show up on blacklight much. Not that I have to have blacklight on every card, but you know. I'm not seeing that at all. It's not even for me visually here. It's not popping really. Something different with the logo, so I'm just gonna color the logo with a gradient too. Do it dark to medium to. Can't say enough about these sketch cards. I really like them. The GPK ones off the GPK.com website. Very cool. Very close to the top's stock. The tooth in it, the tooth of the card, the paper feels similar. Not that it's the best in the world, but it's just that has that feel that is pretty unique to me. I've used worse cards and I've used better, and just saying it's close to what we usually work with the sets. Might invert this one. Let's see. Any little white spot I see here. Be a one. Really like that. That turned out really cool, that logo. But down here, do the same thing, reverse. Might do the same thing. You know, the same thing. Consider doing it backwards, but I think it's fun. Again, thanks everybody for joining tonight. Appreciate your time coming by. Even if you stopped in and took a quick look. There's a reason I time lapse a lot of these. It's probably kind of boring to watch some of it. Some people do enjoy it, so thanks for being here if you do. If you're like me, when I watch some live streams, I go back and I start at the beginning and start in progress, so I watch from the beginning while it's live. I do some of that sometimes. But we're almost there. You do a couple more things. You need to do the bubbles a little bit, and then I'm thinking about outlining this this logo here, the white part, with some fluorescent color that would show up with light. I could pull that off. Let's see what I was thinking about. Let's try that now and see if it works. Green, or it's gonna have to be one of these two. Again, I don't have a good blue for this, but there's the green, and here's the yellow. I'll try the yellow. I kind of like that. Stay on that small little track there. It's greenish enough too from this angle, so or from this, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I dig that. Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's not bad. Might blend down here a little bit more, but do something with pencil. But I think it's pretty close to where I want it. Blues, the B06 was kind of going out, and that kind of gave me that little spotty look. But it's very oceany. And this lining around the lettering should glow a little bit. Just a little extra feature, you know. Some people might never see it, but also it looks kind of cool to have the green around there. Kind of seems to play off of this. So I like that. that. See any kind of glow on that. You can't tell from there. In person, yeah, it glows kind of cool. Yeah, you can kind of see that from that shot. Yeah. Might be kind of hard to pick up on camera, but it has a definite different shine to it. Oh, sorry, glow. Glow to it. There's a spot here, there. Make sure I get that. All right, I want to just touch deeper on our eyelids there. Yeah, better. Let's see here. You can see all the markers that build up when you're working. Tons of markers on the side. Poor organization. Hey, Mike, good to see you, bud. Thanks, appreciate that. Instead of playing Halo, I'm doing this, see? Killing me. I'd love to be playing Halo. I'm a big Halo fan, played it forever. And yes, you kids, one of my oldest Halo comrades out there. Comrade's a bad word to use? Oh, maybe a bad word. Spartan. Let's just say we're Spartans, not comrades. I'm going to come back with some, once this dries, I'll come back with some blue and kind of give it a little different look to the bubbles. But so this one's a giveaway to a kid, actually. He's a GPK fan. His older brother I did a card for, and he didn't have a commission card. And I met them, and he likes mermaids, so I'm making a mermaid. Likes the mermaid tattoo characters. It's cool with me. Let's try to cheat, and I'm going to go a little heavy on the white on one side to give it kind of a better look, because I kind of lined them thick. We'll just about call it a night. Or morning, depending where you're at. Yep. And for those who didn't know about Halo, speaking of that, the Halo beta dropped today. Today's the, it was today or another day, but it's the 20th anniversary celebration of Halo 1. So 20 years of Halo, and we've spent 20 years playing it for sure. Pen's jacking up now. Let's see what else we got. Playing right now. I'm gonna hop on. As soon as we're done, I'm doing here, Mike. I'm gonna hop on Halo. How about that? If I can just find a white pen that works. I got some more. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I got another one somewhere. And honestly, I'm just poking around here. These are probably all right. Might come back later and line them again. Let's step back and look at it for a minute. hit this just a little bit. I think that's probably all right. This is the 04 ending the 6 is trying to hit any little white patches that I don't like here. It's going to be a little lighter on the logo. I wasn't going too bold on that. Get the saturation I wanted down here. Now we're just being perfectionists. All right. I think that's it. I think I'm done. Well, I hope everyone's enjoyed watching me draw that one. I like that. Looks pretty cool. Little nitpicky things I might tweak after the video, but like these bubbles, I like to look a little different, but yeah. Again,